Guys, I can totally recommend going for a run at sunrise. It was so beautiful, and I did not have the paths to myself. I shared them with so much wildlife. It's incredible how active nature is around sunrise. So I loved it. I was going to wake up and take a shower anyway, so it was an amazing start to my day. Hopefully a day that's going to be quite productive. Today is going to be work, so that I can have a little Elise day tomorrow. So I'm just getting ready. If I can get a bit more mascara out of this old one. Takes patience. The new collection is now ready. I always underestimate how long it takes to prepare for a shoot. I've listened to half an episode of a really long podcast and everything is now ironed. This is going to be springtime part 2, by the way. If you watched my video last week, you'll know that I had prepared some different themed collections, but I've changed my mind. I want to make springtime part 2, so more like light colors, that vibe. Lots of floral patterns and gingham, the light shades, some spring blue and a little bit of yellow. It's going to be beautiful. First dress out of a few in a very similar style. So I'm gonna get cracking.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two outlines. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine.
Good morning guys, and welcome to the most beautiful sunny spring day. I have done a lot of vintage editing this morning, but now I really want to go out and enjoy the weather. I have a little bit of preparation to do for a shoot tomorrow, and I want to pop to the city centre to look for some proper walking shoes because I'm going to Paris. I'm finally going to Paris. I have had Paris as a dream destination for years and now we're doing it. Yes, it's not like just around the corner. It is a bit of time ahead in the future, but I'm thinking that if I'm going to buy some proper like walking shoes, I should get them in time to just get used to them. These are probably my best walking shoes and they work for a couple of hours, not 25,000 steps in Paris. And I'm not going to be wearing running shoes for my dream trip to Paris. I kind of hope that I can look a bit stylish and yeah, so I need a good pair of shoes. I also need a new bag. I love this bag so much and I'm not getting like rid of it, but it gives me headaches, like bad headaches. I think it's because the strap is so thin, so it's like pushing into a specific point in my neck, and it's also really heavy. So I need a solution that does not cause me pain. That's probably like the point with both shoes and bag. I need to not be in pain in Paris. No pain in Paris, please. So the first preparations to Paris, I'm going to look for a bag and I'm going to look for some good shoes, softer than these, and enjoy the weather. Yeah.
I decided to park my car by the showroom so that I could walk through the park and check up on all of the spring bulbs, but they were still in an early stage. I think it's going to be a week or two more before it's going to be in full bloom and so beautiful. There are like 2 oceans of flowers in here. This is a type of sneaker I could potentially be accepting of. And then they also had some really nice belly bags in corduroy. I looked inside and found some clogs that I've been looking at online. And they also had some more like sporty shoes as Adidas, but I tried them on and it just felt not right. I tried on the clogs, but they were so square, it did not feel right to me. I went on to Magazine where I found these that were pretty nice in a retro look. They had some animal printed shoes. I would like a loafer if I could find a soft one, and then I found this shoe. Isn't it amazing? A bit more animal print. They did have some like fun sandals, but I want something that's closed. This was definitely my favorite.
Here is today's small shopping haul. I bought some acrylic pastel colors, some cute spring socks. I love the patterns. I got this Paper is Magic book from Sister Grene, full of beautiful paper inside. Some pencils, a new small garden shovel because my old one is bended completely. I bought the garland. It's so cute. I'm gonna hang it up somewhere. And this drinking glass that I plan to use in the garden, probably for like iced coffee, but it's really handy. And then I got a small notepad to write down like shopping lists and things that we both need to remember. And I've already written down the first few things. Yeah, and then I got sunglasses. These were a little bit of a gamble because there were a mirror in the boutique, but it was so high up and so far away that I could barely see if it looked good or not. But I felt like they were pretty cool. Yeah, I am like definitely a gold thin frame sunglasses girl. And then they're green, like they make everything green, so kind of like a retro feel. I need to try these. So yeah, what do you think? Is it cool? Oh, not done. 2 more minutes. And I could not decide on the shoes. I am really torn between saying, Elise, we need something that's comfy and down prioritize what they look like, or will it just irritate me to like walk around in shoes that I don't really think are cool? I don't know. So if you have any like shoe brands that you like, these have a great sneaker-ish loafer. This would be perfect for Paris. Then please comment down below. I have to design something soon, but I'm making myself like a salad with a bit of pasta, some pesto, some feta, and I think I'm gonna eat in the garden. These should now be done. I do prefer slightly al dente. Good morning, guys. I have a small confession to make. I went back to the place where I got a lot of spring bulbs and flowers this morning, and I got a bit more. It was just so cheap. I have filled up a cafe table of flowers and it's cost me about $20 US. It's a very good price for Denmark. And I also bought a small birdhouse today. I know that the net thing is not really good or ideal for birds because they can get stuck into it. So instead I'm going to cut it up and just like feed them a little bit at the time. But I plan to hang it up in my tree out there so that I can see the birds eat from my sofa. I've also hung the small garland here. I used this as a photo background yesterday afternoon, so I hung it up here. It looks so cute, very Eastery, all of the spring vibes. Good, let's head out.
Since I last filmed, I've cut down the bushes in my circle bed and weeded so the tulips now have space to grow. And I've cleared the border tiles so that the bed is clearer for the eye. I also cleared the border titles in the big flower bed and found that it was shaped differently than I thought, with it going into a triangle in this corner. But cutting down and clearing this area is the main task today, as well as clearing this for leaves and dead sticks, and cleaning up the paths around the garden so that they're all more inviting for a garden stroll. Let's start by removing these iron fences. Now I have space to go Marie Kondo on this flower bed. This flower bed does contain some perennials, but it's mainly a rose bed. The roses have just grown so tall that they can't stand up straight and just ends up laying across the entire bed in June. On top of that, I have this plant, and I don't know what it's called, but I'm not a fan. So I've decided to remove it and create some more space on the secret path behind the flower bed. And then it was time to cut some misguided as well as dead branches of the fence roses. Every step adds more sunshine to the flower bed and creates space. I then made the decision to remove the last piece of iron fence, to cut down this big rose bush which is causing issues on the infrastructure every summer. I do hope all of the roses will grow even stronger and bloom more beautifully due to the fresh cut.
You might get a little bit of a shock when you see how much I've removed. The thing is that my favorite thing about this garden and the way the previous owner planned it out is all of the small paths, all of the small like flower beds with paths around them, but it only works if you can actually use all of the small paths in the summertime. And that's not really been possible for the last, like, I don't know when she got sick and couldn't take care of her garden anymore. But this year I've decided I'm going to cut down things a lot more brutally than I did last year and the year before. I feel like I finally know my garden well enough and I have like the courage to do it, and I know that it will be the best decision for the garden. I made an elderflower lemonade. Oh, it's good.
The last clearance project of the day is the flower bed I thought was going to be my veggie bed. I worked so hard on it, but in the summer last year it was suddenly full of a lot of things that I had no control over. So what do I do now? How do I use this flower bed? Do you have any suggestions? Then please leave them down below. For now I'm just going to clear it and remove some moss and get it ready for spring. I've completely forgotten to tell you that I finally moved my big broken pot from the front yard to the backyard, and I plan to plant something inside it and possibly also around it. I'm also going to put a little bit of spring into these pots and just go through them. But since I've been filming all day, I decided to just do this as a thing for myself, so I didn't film much. I will of course show you everything at the end of this video, but it was nice to just focus on the flowers and have a bit of like slow time for myself.
I'm coming up, I want the world to know, got to let it show. Good morning guys, it's now Friday and I've been awake since 4 AM editing up this video, so if you're still not giving it a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. I made a lot of progress in the garden yesterday. I am almost through clearing for winter, from winter. I did not manage to make a lot of progress on the Paris trip though. Still have some decisions to make and some things to buy, but luckily I'm actually like, I have some time. For once I have some time. I still haven't seen them eat from the new birdhouse. Maybe it takes some getting used to. Sorry, I'm so distracted by the birds. I still have a lot of work to do before 3 o'clock. I need to shoot some pictures of this lovely cotton dress. And you might have noticed that I haven't had a brand to work with on quite a few videos by now, and for me it means that my work time is not quite covered. So if you still not checked out my web shop, it is also a way to support my channel. I sell vintage clothing and home decor and jewelry, so there is like a lot of things to find in there. We ship worldwide, and you can view the web shop in US dollars, euros, Danish kroner and Great British pounds. So yeah, that would really mean a lot to me if you would check it out. I am trying my best to juggle both like running the web shop and making great videos for you guys. But the reality is that when I'm not working with a brand, it's really hard to cover my time. I'm gonna leave a little link to the web shop down below. They're so close to the windows. I'll try to stop staring at the birds. This is the dress. It's really cute. And also, if you have any tips for things that we could see while we're in Paris, if you know of any vintage shops, markets, something you want to recommend, please comment down below. And that was all from me this week, so please leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. I will just leave in or put in a few clips from the spring magic that happened in my garden yesterday. I can always find space for more, but I'm gonna try to control myself. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched till now, you're amazing. Please comment Friday down below if you've watched till the end. So many did on my last video. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, thank you for spending your time here. It means a lot. I'm gonna head to the showroom. Got lots to do. Good. I'll see you next week. Bye guys.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough?